and welcome back to episode 6 of our Sideliners podcast.
Hello.
I'm Annalise.
I'm sorry.
And Lainey's not here, so that's really upsetting. Let's take a moment of silence for Lainey's absence.
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Today, all we have to talk about is hockey, but we have a lot of hockey to talk about, so yeah, we're just going to jump straight into that. Cue the music. So starting us off, really the biggest thing we're going to talk about is the Four Nations hockey tournament that took place, ended last week, right?
Yeah, it was last Thursday was the championship game, February 20th. It was February 12th through 20th. It had 4 nations, as it says, in Canada, Finland, Sweden, and USA. And we're probably only going to talk about Canada and USA. Finland and Sweden did nothing. Sweden beat us. They beat USA. But we didn't have Matthew Tkachuk or Charlie McAvoy, so that's a big deal. But it's chill. They weren't really part of the drama.
Right.
What we have to talk about deals solely with Canada and USA.
Yes. The games were played in Montreal, and then the championship was played in Boston. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, the first 4 games were in Montreal, most of the round robin games, and then the last 3, including the championship, in Boston.
But didn't interesting stuff happen in the Four Nations in the earlier games?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So. The first game was Canada versus Sweden, which it ended at OT, which was not expected because Canada was a very, very highly favored because of their insane roster, which is very fun to watch. In the first period, they had this insanely quick goal. It was like probably 40 seconds into the game. They had a power play, and they scored within 10 seconds of the power play. It was pretty entertaining.
That's very fast.
And then the second game was Canada versus Finland. I'm pretty sure the score of that was 6-1. I'm pretty sure.
We can look it up really quick.
Do it.
Canada versus Finland?
Yurt. 5-3. That was
6-1 is close.
It's close. It felt like 6-1. We did not give them a chance. We smoked them the whole time. I could have sworn it was 6-1. Whatever.
Maybe another one 6-1. It's okay.
So Canada and USA both won, and they 2 days later they played each other. And there's kind of like a little bit of tension between.
Didn't they boo our national
politics
anthem?
of each country because I don't think Canada really likes Trump that much. So
they don't want to be the 51st.
They don't want to be the 51st state. Yeah, that's what Trump said about him. So the Canada, when USA was there, even actually at the Sweden game 2 days before, they booed our anthem. All the Canadian fans that were in the building.
Really?
Yeah. So, which we didn't take that very well, which I don't think many people should. If booing the anthem.
Didn't they get in a fight right away?
At the beginning of the Canada game, there was 3 fights in the first 9 seconds. And then, was there another one? I don't think there was. There wasn't. No, it was. But what was special about it was Brady Tkachuk. Well, Matthew Tkachuk was the first one, and then his brother Brady Tkachuk was the second one. And they said they talked about it. Him and the third one was JT Miller. They said they talked about it. All 3 of them on like a group text. Like the day before, saying like we're just all gonna drop the gloves immediately.
If they boo?
If they boo the anthem, yeah, pretty much. And the tape of Brady Tkachuk joining Matthew Tkachuk in the box is awesome. He's like, how did mine look? He was like, unbelievable. Yeah, they were like rating each other's. Yeah, yeah. So that was really funny. But we did end up going on to beat them in that game.
3-1.
3-1. It was 3-1. Jake Gensel had 2 goals. He was the player of the game, which kind of they get like a watch or something for the player of the game.
Like a regular watch, or
like a really nice watch. Yeah, like I don't know what it was, but what the Americans do when they're the player of the game, which they were for all of the games except for the championship game, and maybe the Sweden game, I guess. But there was Jake Gensel was the player of the game for the second game. I'm pretty sure Brady Tkachuk or Matthew Tkachuk was the player of the game for the first game, one of the Tkachuks. And what they would do, they would wear a Johnny Gaudreau jersey because he sadly died in a bicycle accident with his brother about like at the beginning of the NHL season, before the season, I'm pretty sure, which is very sad. And he would have been on the team, so they had his jersey hanging up in the locker room through the whole tournament.
Yeah, that's cool.
And they would use it as like some people have like helmets that they wear, like a hard helmet as the player of the game and stuff. But they used Gaudreau's jersey, which I thought was pretty cool.
But after all of the, what do you call that, like pool play?
Like pool play? Oh yeah, like I don't know what it's
robin
called.
play?
Yeah.
It was USA and Canada in the championship game.
It was. We clinched it after the second game because we had 6 points, and they had to go on and beat Finland.
But that was
which they did.
It's a highly anticipated game.
Very, very anticipated. I was super excited to watch that game. Which we watched it and it was close the whole entire time. Which Canada scored first. Who was it? McKinnon. It was McKinnon.
It was Canada, USA, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Canada.
Then Brady Tkachuk scored to tie it. And then who gave us the lead? Was it Brady Tkachuk or is it?
No, it was Sanderson. And then Brady Tkachuk.
Sanderson's tied us, which that's an interesting story. Also, he was not supposed to be in that game.
Oh yeah, he was on vacation.
He was about to fly out for vacation, and then they called him up.
Cancun or something
tropical
like that.
Yeah. And he was in Florida, and he was like waiting to take his flight because he thought he might get called up, and he did get called up. And then he scored the game-tying goal, which is a big deal. I mean, we still lost, but it was a pretty big deal that he scored the game-tying goal.
So.
Yeah, it's true.
And then Brady Tkachuk tied the second one to put it up 2-1.
2-1, yes.
But then...
And then Canada, Sam Bennett had this nasty roofer. It was actually kind of gross how good that goal was. But Sam Bennett had the goal to tie it up 2-2. And then, which it went to overtime after that. I forget when Sam Bennett scored. I think it was the second period, and nobody scored in the third period.
Yeah.
Third period was kind of boring. I mean, not really. It was intense, but it was still kind of boring. And then we played in overtime. It was NHL Stanley Cup playoff rules.
Which
so it's
means
20-minute periods.
And
it just adds a 20-minute period.
The announcer was like, we're playing NHL playoff rules, which means we're going to be here forever.
Yeah, he did say that.
Because they just keep playing until someone scores.
Yeah, there's some games last, like if there's 5 overtimes, that means it's like another hour and a half pretty much of hockey, of like actual playing time.
I feel like if I was playing, I'd be so done.
It's crazy.
Like, okay, I don't even care.
I can't even imagine how tired you'd be. But yeah, Connor McDavid had, I don't know how the heck we left him open. It was 5-on-5, not 3-on-3 or anything. We left the best player in the world in the middle of the slot with an easy pass on his stick side, and then he just sent it to the right corner, and it was a super easy goal for him, and he freaked out because he should have.
And then Canada won.
Yeah, 3-2. But very sad for Americans. We thought we took the sport from them, but they would have had a national crisis if we beat them.
National crisis.
Yeah,
it's okay. Maybe we'll beat them in the Olympics.
Maybe, yeah. We do have NHLers back in the Olympics, and I think we have better depth.
Yeah.
They couldn't handle us hitting them like we were, so.
Right, but won't more Canada's NHL guys still play on their team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be about the same.
That's always what I thought about. It's funny about this because this game was Thursday and they had games over the weekend, right? So like
they had
3 days after they
had 2 days in between the championship game and their like NHL team games.
3 days after they were just playing like each other for their countries, they had to go back and play on their NHL teams together.
On the same team usually. Yeah, like there was a picture of Austin Matthews, the USA captain, like handshake in the handshake line with Mitch Marner, which is his teammate.
Yeah.
And like Matthews was devastated and Mitch Marner was like super happy, and they had to like go back to the same team. I wonder how that dynamic worked out because they probably like flied home together.
Right. Flew
home together.
I think that's how you say that. I'm sure they're professionals. I'm sure they're used to that.
Yeah, I would assume.
I don't know. I feel like that'd be
I don't know.
interesting.
I feel like Austin Matthews might be a guy to hold a grudge. He's kind of weird. he's like maybe the only NHL player in the whole NHL, other than like Evander Kane, to wear earrings.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He's just feeling himself.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's gotta wear earrings.
Yeah, he wears earrings. And there's no hockey players don't wear earrings.
He does?
He does, I guess. And he's really good.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's Canada won.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story. And I think that's all we have for the hockey.
Yep.
Okay.
That's true.
That's all of it?
Yep.
Okay, well, thank you so much again for listening to our quick hockey episode. I hope you have a great day, and...
Watch more hockey.
Watch more hockey.
Yeah.
Bye.